Hey, it's me, Bria. I know it's got to be a meme, at least to me at this point, how every single video I make opens with me being like, oh, sorry, I haven't posted anything in a while. You know me, always working on stuff, but yeah, I'm always working on stuff. If I'm not a posting, it means I'm a roasting, not some new art. Always working on secret things. And, I just like get caught up in it. I got ADHD. I don't know if that was evident from everything else about me, but I got that thing that makes you go all over the place and also hyper focus. I get locked into what I'm doing and I forget the rest of the world even exists. I just I got something in my head and I got to get it out. And it never feels good enough. I know I could always do more. My brain that's always going a million miles an hour, it can see how what I'm doing could be better. I can see how I could push it further, how I could make it. Oh, maybe this time I'll be satisfied. This time it's going to give me the feel good juice. It never does. It could always be better. Theoretically, you could always go further. So at a certain point, you just got to do it, right? You just got to stop roasting and start posting. And I'm not ready to start posting what I've been working on, but I am ready to start posting the stuff that I'm doing to get ready to post what I'm working on. So that's what this is. I'm trying to do a little vlog series. I'm going to start doing vlogs about what I'm working on, the secret projects that I've been, cooking up, not showing to anybody. It's been a several year process, frankly. You might remember if you've been following me for a while, back in 2018, 2019, a little comic I was releasing called Starfist Gemini, which was very close to my heart. It's really important to me. It's all the stuff that I like: kung fu, dinosaurs, muscular ladies, outer space, spoilers. It's an action adventure story, graphic novel, which that's what I got into this business to do. Like, I started becoming an artist because I wanted to tell big stories. Doing web comics and all that, that's great. Doing little one-off comics, making fun of, bigotry of the week, that's cool and all. But I got into the comics game to make really big comics and tell kind of big stories about kind of big ideas, as far as I'm concerned, at least. And that's what Starfist Gemini kind of is meant to be. It's meant to be like my comic. It's me, Bria, ground up and put into a comic form. So that's what I've actually been off and on working on since I stopped posting it back in like 2018. I guess it would have been probably I stopped posting. And I always, meant to return to it. Or was it 2019? It was 2019 I stopped posting. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't get distracted, ADHD brain. I've been working on Starfist off and on, mostly just preparatory work, trying to get to a place where it feels good enough that I could pick it up again and start posting it. And, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Probably part of the problem is I'm a little ambitious. I got some high standards, and I realized that I'm going to have a lot of success at this thing if I take it a little more seriously and give myself some tools. I'm looking over at my bookshelf because there's a tool that I've been relying on that I probably should have grabbed for this video. In my preparations to do Starfist again, I've been studying, I've been learning, honing my skills, and one of the books that I was learning from and still am learning from is James Gurney's. Oh, it's reversed. Mental note, flip that and don't just post it, Bria. Imaginative realism, or Evitanigamal Micellar, whatever. James Gurney, he did Dinotopia. He's an amazing artist, and he wrote this whole book about painting what's in your head, basically. Which the story, it's in my head. I got to get it out, and I don't fully know how. This book has been great. Highly recommend it. And if you can't buy it or, want to know before you buy it, basically the main lesson you can take away from it is build a model. You're drawing something, you want to draw something, and you don't know how, make it into a model. Build a little thing that you can light, get the lighting on it the way you want it to be, and, get everything just right, and then just look at it, and you paint or draw it. Pretty straightforward, right? And that can be pretty complicated if you got a lot of stuff, if it's something from your imagination. If it's a sci-fi action adventure story set on another planet with extraterrestrial gay dinosaurs, like, it might be kind of hard to do that. But, you know me, I always got to do the hard thing. Bit of a hard candy, if you ask me. I've been building. I've been building some models. I did Lovely Buster back in 2021. Remember those toy streams that I was doing? I've been covertly building models and developing my model building skills since 2019, actually. To prepare for this. Even before I read James Gurney's book, I knew that I need to be building models because that's what Akira Toriyama did. The artist and author of Dragon Ball. He's got such great 3D space, a sense of 3D space in his art because he did a lot of model building and drawing models. So I started doing that too because I love Toriyama Sensei's art. And, reading James Gurney just reinforced that I needed to be doing this. So since basically, Lovely Buster taught me a lot about making miniatures and models, and the toy streams taught me a lot. And then after that, I started returning to building these models specifically for Starfist. And I've got a whole bunch I'm working on right now. There's going to be specific things that I have to make to do certain scenes. I'm gonna have to build certain things for certain scenes, but I'm right now focusing on core characters, making models of core characters, and compiling materials to build those scenes and do set dressing for any scene, like multi-use models, basically. And, I've been yammering for a bit here, but I'd like to show you one of the models that I've been working on for a little while here. I'm really proud of this one. It's not the first one that I built, because the first one that I built has got some drying glue on it right now, so I won't show you that one. I'm always making improvements, right? That ADHD brain, always pushing things further. But I want to show you a model that I'm very proud of. Has this come up on camera pretty well? So let's go do a camera test here. So we got this guy. It's all ball and socket joints. It's all posable. These models, they got to be posable. It's not any use to me if I can't pose them. So this guy, little dinosaur, one of my extraterrestrial dinosaurs, is going to be a recurring character in Starfist. His name's Rocky, and he's like a Pachycephalosaurus. You know those guys? They got like the domed head. They do the head butting, right? Like rams, like goats, right? So I was thinking, what if this guy, when I first came up with this character, I knew I always wanted to have a Pachycephalosaurus in the story. And, when I first designed the character, it was just kind of a straightforward Pachycephalosaurus. I'd gone through a few different iterations of it, but I realized I wanted him to be a little different. So you might notice this one's a little different. It's got all these feathers, Pachycephalosaurus with feathers, with wings, apparently, with this 4 wings. You might be familiar with the dinosaur Microraptor. Microraptor is a little theropod dinosaur, and it had 4 wings, 1 on each limb. And I guess it was sort of like a flying squirrel type creature. It would like glide, presumably between trees and catch bugs or whatever. And so I imagine we got a scene coming up with the twins. I don't know if anyone watching this actually is up on Starfist Gemini. You should go, first of all, you should go read it because it's great. I'll be posting it again to get people caught up. But go check out Starfist Gemini and you'll see what I'm talking about. Where I left off, the twins they're in a treed area. There's a tree. We're gonna have a scene in a tree. And I figured, this would be great to implement our Pachycephalosaurus in the tree. But what if it was evolved to exist in an arboreal environment? It would be a glider, perhaps, right? Like a Microraptor, flying squirrel, right? So this guy, like I said, it's posable. I've made him so he can actually flare out his wings. It's all ball and socket joints. So these all have a nice level of like, you know, articulation in any direction, 360 degrees basically. And, you know, I'm still kind of figuring out, part of building one of these models, it's really useful figuring out how you want to pose your character. How does your character pose? So I'm figuring out some cool like gliding kind of, you know, configurations or what have you. And, you know, I'm kind of using this model to figure out how I can pose this guy and set up shots and stuff, right? And, like I said, pachycephalosaurs, think of them kind of like a goat, right? The butting the head thing. And mountain goats, of course, very good at climbing, right? They can basically walk up like a 90-degree angle wall. So I kind of imagine this guy not just being a pachycephalosaur, not just being an arboreal gliding pachycephalosaur, but what if it is like a mountain goat? And this guy can just like walk up pretty sheer, like almost comically sheer surfaces, and we can play with that, have some fun with the character, and then have him jump off and glide and like headbutt into you, right? So this model, I'm pretty happy with it, I gotta say. It's been through multiple iterations. I tend to work out a model at larger size and then shrink it down. And this one is made out of its Lego, paper, and craft foam, and a little bit of air dry clay. This is, like, all the joints are Lego Bionicle and micro Lego. Like, here's a micro Lego. That's smaller than real Lego. Here's a Lego joint here in the ankle. And then these guys, no, that's a Lego joint here in the shoulder. That's Bionicle joints. And then I've got this patented, like, you know, shoulder girdle, hip girdle, rotation system. It's not patented, but don't steal it. It's like, you know, gives her hyperposability. This guy, I can pose him any which way I want. I'm not going to be too rough with him because it's worked very hard on this and I don't want to bust it. But like this thing, you know, it's got all kinds of flexibility. Very happy with it. Really lightweight. You know, it's very basic materials. And just hacking up Lego, gluing it to paper and craft foam. And it's been a lot of trial and error. I've been through a lot of iterations of models, figuring out what joints are good, where to get joints, how do you work with joints, how do you glue joints together and not get your fingers glued together also. And I like to think I'm getting kind of good at it now. I'm not a master toy maker, but honestly, you should stay tuned for future vlogs because this tech that I got here, it's just the beginning. I got new toy tech I'm working out. My new models I'm so happy with them. This is going to be a really powerful tool for me for figuring out Starfist. And all the models that I'm building right now are going to be even more powerful tools for me to figure out Starfist. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll leave it here. I've already gone kind of long here. But, yeah, I'm building stuff. I'm making things. I'm preparing. I didn't even talk about all the art I'm drawing off these, right? I do concept sketches and, you know, then make the models off the concept sketches and then make more art off the models. Like, it's the whole process. That's why I'm working in secret. That's why I don't post anything. And you should read Starfist Gemini when it comes out, I think. I think that would be pretty cool if you did that. I'm just saying. I'd like it if you did. But also it's going to be good because it's based off what James Gurney and Akira Toriyama both say to do, and they're really good artists. And I'm doing it, and I'm an okay artist too, I think. Maybe. So, yep. Building models. Still alive. Still making art. I'll never stop making art. And I will start posting that art. You know, I get caught up doing stuff, and I'm like, what? I gotta post something? Leave me alone. I got stuff to do. I got toys to build. Whatevs. Go check out lifeofbria.com and go Starfist Gemini there. Starfistgemini.com also exists. You can go read it there. Whatever. You know where to find stuff. See you next time. Bye-bye.